Rob Reiner was born Robert Reiner on March 6, 1947, in the Bronx, New York, into a household where storytelling, performance, and creativity were simply a way of life. His father, Carl Reiner, was already a towering figure in American comedy, writing and performing on Your Show of Shows, and later creating the groundbreaking Dick Van Dyke Show. For young Rob, growing up in that environment meant having a front-row seat to the art of timing, humor, and storytelling. While his father's legacy was an enormous shadow to grow under, Reiner developed his own distinct voice, one that would make him both a celebrated actor and one of the most versatile filmmakers of his generation. Rob first gained national recognition in the early 1970s when he was cast as Michael Meathead, Stivik in the iconic sitcom All in the Family. As the liberal son-in-law constantly clashing with his conservative father-in-law, Archie Bunker, played by Carroll O'Connor, Reiner became part of one of the most socially influential shows in television history. The series tackled issues like race, gender, politics, and generational divides with unflinching honesty, and Reiner's performance helped cement its legacy. While many actors might have been typecast after such a defining role, Reiner instead used it as a springboard to explore other creative avenues. In 1984, he made his directorial debut with This Is Spinal Tap, a satirical mockumentary that hilariously dissected rock culture. Its deadpan humor was so convincing that some viewers initially thought it was real, and over time it became one of the most beloved comedies ever made. Reiner proved he had an uncanny ability to find humor in absurdity, while still grounding his work in truth. This was only the beginning of a directorial career filled with classics. He followed with Stand By Me in 1986, a tender coming-of-age drama based on a Stephen King story that explored themes of mortality and friendship. A year later, he directed The Princess Bride, a fantasy adventure that blended romance, comedy, and action into what would become one of the most treasured films of all time. Reiner's versatility as a director became even clearer in 1989, when he released When Harry Met Sally, a romantic comedy that redefined the genre with its sharp dialogue and authentic look at relationships. Just a few years later, he proved he could handle heavy drama just as well, directing A Few Good Men in 1992. That film gave audiences one of cinema's most quoted lines, Jack Nicholson's unforgettable, "You can't handle the truth." Reiner's run of hits established him as a director capable of moving seamlessly between comedy, romance, and drama, while always capturing the human core of his stories. While directing was his greatest calling, Reiner never abandoned acting. He appeared in the dark comedy Throw Mama from the Train in 1987 and charmed audiences in Sleepless in Seattle in 1993. He thrived in Woody Allen's Bullets Over, Broadway, and showed up in popular hits like The First, Wives Club, and Primary Colors. He even played memorable cameos in his own films, most famously as the faux documentarian Marty DiBergi in This Is Spinal Tap. Whether in supporting roles or playful cameos, Reiner always brought warmth, wit, and a touch of self-awareness to the screen. Reiner's personal life has been equally shaped by creativity and love. His first marriage was to actress and director Penny Marshall in 1971. During their years together, he adopted her daughter, Tracy, who went on to have her own acting career. Though their marriage ended in 1981, the two remained important figures in Hollywood and in each other's lives. Later, while working on When Harry Met Sally, Reiner met photographer Michelle Singer. Their relationship not only changed his life but even influenced the film itself. Originally, Reiner intended for the movie's ending to be bittersweet, but falling in love with Michelle inspired him to rewrite it into the now famous happy ending. The two married in 1989 and went on to raise 3 children together, a family that Reiner often credits with bringing balance and joy to his life. Now, in his late 70s, Rob Reiner often reflects on the people who shaped his career. Among them, None was more impactful than Carroll O'Connor, his co-star on All in the Family. For years, fans speculated that the heated on-screen clashes between Meathead and Archie reflected real-life tension. Reiner finally set the record straight, explaining that not only did he not clash with O'Connor, but he admired him deeply. Carroll was one of the most brilliant actors I ever worked with, Reiner explained. Archie Bunker could have been a caricature, but Carroll gave him humanity and depth. He made you hate Archie, but he also made you understand him. That was his genius. Reiner went on to describe O'Connor as a mentor and a teacher, someone who pushed him to rise to the challenge in every scene. Off-screen, O'Connor was nothing like his character. He was kind, thoughtful, even shy, an intellectual who despised the very bigotry Archie represented. Reiner recalled that O'Connor often said, "If people aren't uncomfortable, then we're not doing our job." That philosophy stayed with Reiner throughout his career, guiding him as a director to make films that didn't just entertain, but also challenged audiences to think. As time passed, Reiner and O'Connor remained close, their bond extending well beyond the years of the show. Looking back, Reiner spoke with deep gratitude. "Carroll wasn't just my co-star. He was my teacher, my friend, and one of the greats. People misunderstood him because Archie was so powerful. But Carroll himself was nothing like that. He was generous, supportive, and one of the kindest men I've ever known." At 78, with a lifetime of achievements behind him, Rob Reiner's words carry the weight of experience and respect. His tribute to Carroll O'Connor not only clears away old misconceptions, but also honors a man whose influence is still felt in television and film today. For Reiner, the lessons he learned from O'Connor remain a guiding force, a reminder that great art can stir, provoke, and open hearts, and that true greatness lies not just in the characters an actor plays, but in the humanity they bring to the world.